Hey, this is Scotty B, and today is July 4th, 2009. That's a very important day in my home country, which is the United States of America. That means over 200 years ago today, our founding fathers staked the claim of freedom and independence for anybody who wanted to live in the United States of America. Now, we call them our founding fathers, but we all know that for hundreds of years before they ever arrived from Europe, there were actually Americans who were already here, the Native American Indians. They truly are the original Americans within the United States of America. But as for this talk today, because we're talking about freedom and independence, it's specifically what the Founding Fathers stood for. You see, there were a group of people who left Europe. They felt that they did not have the freedoms, they did not have the independence that they wanted for them and for their families, and really the ideals that they believed in. So they left Europe and they came over here to find a new land. And that new land was what is now called the United States of America. As we all know, there's never been a new land. The land's been here the whole time. But they created a brand new country, a place where people could live with freedom and independence. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Because you see, freedom and independence is incredibly valuable. And freedom and independence is not something that everybody gets to enjoy around the world. But freedom and independence are some of the cornerstones of what makes Veepsy so great today, even in its infancy. You see, as we're starting today, we literally are almost 2 years old. Veepsy was launched on 7/7/07. That means July 7th, 2007, and that's only 3 days from now that we'll be 2 years old. That's very important because you see, as you're out there talking to people about Veepsy, as you're out there talking to people how they can take advantage of the greatest model that has ever been brought forth in the home-based business industry, how they can take advantage of a model that is revolutionizing the industry. Now, for the very first time, instead of selling, you can give. Imagine the difference when all you have to do is give things to people. Who doesn't like to give? And who doesn't like to be given to? Everybody does. And to be honest, very few people like to sell. Even of the people that do sell, not many of them are very good. It's just not a fun thing to do for most people. So when a business has been built for over 100 years on selling, well, that means if most people don't like to do it, and even the ones that do it, most are not very good, to me, that's a pattern for failure. But anybody can give, and everybody likes to be given to. So to me, that's a pattern for success. And if we're going to build independence and freedom for our families, and if we're going to do that in a model that is dictated that the only way we do it for our families is by doing it for other families first. See, it is only through helping other families to achieve success within the home-based business industry that we can also achieve success ourselves. And that's the way the model works. You've heard it said many other times, help other people get what they want and you'll always have what you want. And that's exactly what Veepsy is all about. But it's much bigger than that. Because you see, for most home-based business models, it takes money to get started. On average, it takes about $500 to start the traditional home-based business all around the world. The lower end of the scale is about $100 to $500. The middle level is $500 to $1,500, and the upper level is $1,500 on up. In some cases, up to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Well, our model is deliberately priced around the world at $300. You see, that's right in the middle of the lower level. And anybody who has money can get started at that level. But now notice I said anybody that has money. You see, to get started in a home-based business throughout the last 100 years has meant that you have to have money. Well, that's where we've revolutionized this industry, because now, realizing that there's more people out there who do not have money than people who do have extra money, that's one of the reasons we created Veepsy, to enable people to get started literally for free. That's right, people can get enrolled in Veepsy by just literally signing up for a Veepsy for free. They go to the site of the person who has a Veepsy, they sign up for free, they get their Veepsy, they log in, and then they just start using Veepsy and start sharing Veepsy. And as they start giving other people Veepsys for free, this all starts to generate income. Because every time somebody's on their Veepsy site, every time you're on your Veepsy site, anybody you give a Veepsy to, if anybody's on their site, that's generating revenue because of the online advertising. No different than AOL, MSN, Yahoo, MySpace, Facebook, ESPN, YouTube, all the great sites that are out there, Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, all of these sites make billions of dollars when people are on those sites because of the online advertising. Well, Veepsy, it's exactly the same when you think about it. It's a social network, a global social network, and people will make money while they're using that site, and that's powerful. And many of you who are watching this, you already know this, but you cannot hear it too many times. Because when you're creating a revolution, we need repetition. We need massive repetition so that everybody totally understands what this model is all about. Because ultimately, it's about creating freedom and independence for those who are out there around the world that want it. And now for the very first time, we reach an entire marketplace that's never had access to what we're doing before. Because literally somebody can get started for free. If they can access a computer, they can set up a VPC. And with that VPC, they can start giving VPCs away for free. Start using VPC, start sharing VPC. There's the simple, easy, fun part. See, it's simple to use and share. And when you share, you're giving, not selling, which is easy. Combine those two with a monetization model where you can make money for doing those two. That's the fun part. Simple, easy, and fun. Monetizing your socializing with VPC. See, as we take this out and we reach hundreds of millions of families around the world, ultimately our crusade of helping 10 million families around the world to earn extra income will be fulfilled. And at that point, we'll be creating more freedom and independence for people around the world than any company in the history of business worldwide, period. Not just home-based business, but any company. And if you truly think about it, what we're really doing is we're giving people all around the world the ability to access the entire world's economy. That means anybody you know, and anybody they know, and anybody they know, this can spread from country to country all around the world. So whatever country it is that you live in, guess what? You'll know people that live in other countries. And if you don't, you'll know people in your country that know people in other countries. And as they start to share the word of VPC, and they start to give VPCs, and their people start to give VPCs, eventually this will permeate the whole planet. And what that means is you'll be earning income out of every single country that there's somebody on a VPC who is using and sharing a VPC. And not just the people that you give them to and the ones they give them to, but see, because the way this plan is set up, you get the benefit of what everybody else in VPC does, even if it doesn't come from what your personal efforts are, or even indirectly from your efforts. Because of the global collective, the way we put this whole community together, everybody benefits from what everybody else does. Therefore, we're going to help people in areas where they have oppressive regimes, just like the ones that the founding fathers of the United States of America wanted to leave in Europe, to come over here for freedom and independence. That means anybody in the world now is going to be able to tap into the economies of all the countries of the world. No more limitation based on where you live. The ability to create the financial independence that you want for you and your family, so that no matter what's going on, no matter how tough it may be in your own country, you have the ability to have choices. You have the ability to make decisions because you have the financial capability. Now, it's going to take some time. This is not get rich quick. It's not going to happen overnight. And especially if you're starting in the free program, it's going to take even longer. But guess what? What are the options? There are no other viable options compared to what we're doing, because we have the fastest growing trends in the history of the world, and growth is what creates wealth. And when you have trends that are growing like this, and you can tap into them literally starting as free or as a global affiliate and maximize in the premium program, whatever it is that you want to do, you can tap into something unlike anything we've ever seen before. It truly is revolutionary, and it is a crusade we're on. Our purpose is huge, and it's great to have you on the team with us. Remember, there are millions, no, there are billions of people out there who are looking for financial freedom and independence. They want what we have to offer. The key is, all we have to do is give it to them. So I hope you have an awesome, awesome day today. And more importantly, as we go out there and build this over the next few years and lay that foundation for VPC globally, I certainly look forward to working with you and helping you and your family as you help us to create the foundation for this company that is going to touch hundreds of millions, one day maybe even billions of people's lives all around the world. Have a super day.